The year is 2005. It's past midnight and your eyes slowly begin to close. The TV remains on and you're too tired to turn it off or change the channel. Cartoon Network is currently in Adult Swim hours as its iconic opening plays. The lo-fi sounds ripples throughout the room as the lyrics pierces your body. Half asleep, this anime uplifts you spiritually as you transcend another plane of existence. That's the essence of Samurai Champloo. It's simply a vibe. Shinichiro Watanabe, creator of Samurai Champloo, created a show revolving around Edo period Japan and uses the hip-hop genre to create a unique form of art. Just like how he uses jazz music to cast the atmosphere of his space adventure Cowboy Bebop, its understanding and utilization of hip-hop within Samurai Champloo cements this anime as an all-time classic, and one classic that seems to be lost in translation among newer anime watchers and the newer generation in general. This video isn't going to be a comparison to other animes, it's simply a love letter to one of my favorite shows of all time and why this show is a true work of art and why it should still be talked about and appreciated 16 years later. Despite this anime being 16 years old, and first airing in Japan in 2004, my first experience with
Samurai Champloo
was in September 2019. Late July 2019, I got into the hobby of collecting physical media such as film. Around this time, I was shopping weekly at Best Buy, and every time I went, only one copy of
Samurai Champloo
was in the store. I walked by it every time, but I always stopped to look at the cover. Something about the lucent artwork spoke out to me, which is why I display it proudly in my collection. One day in September, I finally took a chance and bought
Samurai Champloo.
This was the best purchase I could have ever made because for an entire year after watching all 26 episodes, this anime stuck in my head so much that I recently took a weekend off to rewatch it back on September 12th, 2020. For 1 year, I was eagerly awaiting the day to rewatch it and no better time than revisiting it 1 year after my initial viewing.
Hit it!
Samurai Champloo
Is a 26 episode anime that follows 3 characters, Mugen, Jin, and Fu, on their search for the samurai who smells like sunflowers. The title is a play on words as Champloo or Champloo, meaning mixed up or stirred, combined with the word samurai. Samurai Champloo defines the anime as having traditional Japanese customs with a mixture of hip hop themes, in other words, a melting pot. The world and the music used throughout the anime showcases this theme extremely well, however, so do our cast.
Gene!
Huh?
That's right, Gene!
Gosh, I hope you find that. What's his?
Gene!
Oh, yeah, that's right. That guy.
Gene!
Being the methodical and true to form warrior who encompasses the epitome of a Japanese samurai, Mugen being a badass with no fucks given and uses more unpredictable and mixed fighting moves as if freestyling, 2 polar opposites who on sight try to kill each other, Fu thus being the bridge to connect these two otherwise opposite entities. I mean literally, without her demand they both help her find the samurai who smells like sunflowers, Jin and Mugen would have fought until one or both of them ended up dead. It just goes to show that these two wouldn't have been friends under normal circumstances, and it's Fu connecting these two opposite forces that makes each of their loneliness disappear. This cast represents the theme so well, samurais and hip hop, 2 completely different things flow so well with each other. Despite Fu not being a samurai, she's just a 15-year-old that decided to look for the samurai who smells like sunflowers, I can still appreciate her character. No, she's not Faye Valentine in Watanabe's previous work, Cowboy Bebop. That's more credit to Fu's character and also to Watanabe as he made her independent. He didn't just rehash another Faye Valentine. Yes, Mugen is basically Spike Spiegel, but this is a pass because it's fucking Spike Spiegel. Both are badasses and just have a cool guy aura, that how the hell can you emit hate on any of these 2 characters? Both are voiced by Steve Blum, who voices Thomas on Logic's sophomore album, The Incredible True Story, and also my personal favorite, Tank Dempsey.
Reach for me, Jugga girl. Hoorah.
If that ain't enough convincing, Mugen in the sub is voiced by none other than the voice actor of One Piece's Zoro. Anyways, back to the video. Mugen, Jin, and Fu are one of the best cast of characters and honestly worth watching the anime for them alone.
Gene, for crying out loud, give it up, will ya? Come on, why don't you just come have lunch with us? You can eat some of my catch, I'll never be able to eat them all anyway.
Oh, don't worry about him. He's just being a big baby because he got skunked.
Yeah, but still.
Come on, you heard what he said. right before we started fishing.
Fishing is a life and death struggle between man and fish. Forget this and you'll most certainly get hurt.
He really said that. You can't even catch fish. They're swimming right in front of him.
We should have laughed. It's not nice.
You think we might have overdone it a bit?
Who cares?
This anime isn't about the story, it's about the purpose. Even though the story revolves around finding a samurai that smells the sunflowers, two things. The first being the story arc is literally the last 3 episodes, which means that most of the anime is just random encounters along the journey to get to the samurai that smells the sunflowers. This is where my second point comes in. Sunflowers have no smell. This was a big reveal and in a way a spoiler, but sunflowers are a real life flower. If you ever encounter one in real life, then this isn't a secret. Also brings along the purpose as the scent of the sunflower doesn't matter. It never did. Because the purpose of this anime is the journey it took to get to the samurai with a smell that essentially doesn't exist.
The smelly guy. I've been meaning to ask you about that.
Huh?
Who is this samurai who smells of sunflowers?
Well, he...
What the hell is a sunflower anyway?
Wait a minute.
You don't know?
It's a flower.
So what do they smell like?
Do you have any other leads?
Like a picture or something?
What makes you think he's around here?
Stop!
It's why the anime is essentially a bunch of filler episodes that for the most part don't intertwine with one another. And you might be asking, how is this even a fun show to watch? Well, that's where Watanabe's incredible storytelling and creation of these 3 characters in a world that's enhanced with the lo-fi hip-hop scene. This is an anime that's simply a vibe. Watch it through once and then throw it on in the background as you do homework, light a joint with your head in the clouds, or have it on while you're giving your girl a dome.
Hey, what you doing, baby?
Oh, nothing you need to concern yourself with.
Maybe I didn't tell you. I don't like being teased. So, what do you say we get this little party started, huh? After all, I put down good money for this.
Yes, of course.
Each episode is beautifully crafted and in a way kind of a zen state of mind watching. You're just watching these goofballs trip on a handful of mushrooms, tagging graffiti, or slicing up people that deserve to be killed. It goes along with the purpose as this anime focusing on the trip, not the destination. Hunter x Hunter also highlights this theme when Gun finally sits down with Gin and Gin reassuring Gun that the detours in life are what's to be appreciated, not the destination. However, I feel Hunter x Hunter wasn't able to resonate this theme into the viewers as Hunter x Hunter is an anime structured with arcs. Each side adventure is one arc, whereas in Samurai Champloo, it's for the most part each episode. Not to compare the two by any means, it's more of Samurai Champloo having that liberty of not following other anime story structure, which makes this anime feel authentic as in life. Each day can be compiled of random encounters. We all have a purpose and a destination we set ourselves for, but once we obtain said purpose, is that it? We as human beings are so caught up in the future we don't acknowledge the present. The journey where we stopped and played baseball with fellow Americans, learned how to read and write, or being in the presence of our companion. This concept is explored by Fu as she states she wishes the journey lasted forever, and I agree with her. Not only in the sense of the anime having a continuation, but in general. I've had my share of adventure with my friends, and I've always wished those times never ended. As the gang approaches the final bout, Fu begins to express these feelings, and in episodes 16 and 17 the 3 split ways. This 2-part episode showcases that the trio is actually destined to be companions, and at the end of episode 17, Fu was distraught at the idea that she might have lost her 2 samurai bodyguards, but Jin and Mugen come to terms with traveling together and reassures Fu that the journey must continue, in search of the samurai who smells of sunflowers. It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Look at that! We just got to Edo and our luck's looking up already.
Whoa, it's all you can eat for free?
Not only that, we're gonna win this thing. The three of us are always half-starved anyway, so this must be in our destiny.
If it's free, then we don't need to win.
All right then, who's next in line? The registration fee is 1 shoe.
No way, I thought it was free.
If we had money, we wouldn't be here.
Well, I could take something worth that amount, I suppose. If you win, you get the whole pot.
Got no choice.
Fine, whatever. Let's get this thing started, okay?
How about your samurai friend over here?
I'm sorry, but I can't simply hand over the embodiment of a warrior's soul to... Hey,
Relax. Once we win, you'll get him right back.
hold on a minute.
Think of it as handing him over for safekeeping.
Ain't no way in the world we can lose, as hungry as we are.
Watanabe constructed a work of art with Champloo. The animation, the fight scene, the beautiful world of Edo-era Japan, this anime is stunning to watch. However, where the anime shines the most is the music. Champloo revolves around the hip-hop genre as stated earlier. Music came first for Watanabe and he centered the story and atmosphere around the genre, but he needed the right type of music. When I first heard about Champloo using hip-hop, I thought more raps, but that's not the case within Champloo. This isn't underground hip-hop, it's a reinvention of hip-hop. Lo-fi hip-hop. Watanabe partnered with Fat John, Suchi, Force of Nature, and the most well-known among these artists, the late Watanabe approached Nujabes, and the rest became history. This anime was created and so did the modern lo-fi study music that's all around YouTube today. I don't think anyone would argue that the modern lo-fi scene wasn't inspired by Nujabes. His legacy created a new genre of music. Without his influence, I doubt lo-fi will be what it is today. Watanabe writing Champloo with the music in mind reminds me of how Quentin Tarantino writes several of his scenes, often writing specific scenes with a piece of music from his vast library of records, with the sole purpose of that scene using the music being played. Throughout Champloo, no music is being misused, or feels out of place. The soundtrack is one of anime's best and each music has a purpose of what's happening. It's so easy to have good music but misuse it by placing solo tracks in all the wrong places. Champloo isn't one of those animes. From the opening credits Battle Cry by Shin O2 and Nujabes to the end credits Shiki no Yuta by Minmi and Nujabes, everyone that came together to produce the soundtrack is what cements this anime as a work of art. It's the final touch to a masterful painting. This hip hop sound created by all these artists blends so well with the concept that I may have felt it wasn't suited for. Listening to the soundtrack as Jin and Mugen spill blood is something so powerful, yet chill. The action within Champloo is phenomenal for an anime that came out 16 years ago. It still holds up today and is a timeless piece of art. Nowadays, animation is key to choreograph and produce movie-like quality fight scenes, yet Champloo fights are still some of the best things to date. Jin and Mugen just flow like fish in water. From the very first episode, we are introduced to the levels of choreographed fights and the fluidity that they come with. From Mugen going against Jin to the finale with Jin vs Karia and Mugen vs Eye Patch. The fight scenes are so good, you will have to pause for a minute of going down on your girl and sit up and go, damn. I mean, like Jin vs Karia, it just chills down the spine, and having the same old thing playing honestly gave a speechless finale. All in all, I love this anime. I never enjoyed talking down on things or justifying why I did or didn't like a certain thing. Plain simple, I love watching anime. However, I'll be wrong in telling you that certain shows I've seen won't be memorable in years to come. In fact, nowadays most new anime feel the same. Insert the main character with having a goal and constantly saying their goal, or insert a Harlem of waifus and they all have busty tits and different color hair. Or pretty much going all out with fan service. These shows are still entertaining, but nothing about most of them isn't even that memorable, let alone a separate entity. Anime is so big now that it seems similar stories are being redone as it worked with other shows. I love shows and films having their own identity. Samurai Champloo could have easily been in Cowboy Bebop, yet it is its own property. Yes, it borrows elements from Bebop, but I mean it's from the same creator, so yeah, that's just Watanabe mastering his craft and directing. Champloo isn't another redrawn or copied painting, it stands alone and hangs proudly on the wall. Yeah, Cowboy Bebop is essentially the Mona Lisa of anime. I mean, Bebop is a masterpiece. I just wish people appreciated the art form that is Samurai Champloo more, as everyone always admires and loves the Mona Lisa. Just acknowledge and respect the painting next to it titled The Wedding at Cana. To close out this video, I want to quickly pay respects to the late Nujabes. It's been 10 years since he passed away. Nujabes helped push and invent a new genre of music, and his legacy still lives on today. I want to thank you for helping make Samurai Champloo what it is today, and also everyone else who worked on it. This is truly one of my favorite animes of all time. I love this show to bits, and I will be rewatching it every fucking year. Also, lastly, as September ends and this video missed the initial release date of September 28th, 2020, I still want to dedicate this video to someone even if it's released in October. 2 years ago, in the month of September, I lost my grandfather, and my entire world and my family were turned upside down. 2 years later, I'm making this video in your honor. I got to talk about something I love and dedicate it to someone I love. Now the day goes by where I haven't thought about you, and the bracelet that I wear on my left wrist is my reminder of you. And I'm no longer scared, and I'm just gonna keep on pushing, just like Logic said on Young Sinatra 4 that came out on September 28th, 2018. We're not scared. We're gonna keep it pushing. We're going to take them to the future. Hopefully you're resting peacefully. I got a lot of videos to make. Hopefully I'm not lazy with them. I'm just so excited right now, and I'm so happy that I got to make this video. Goodbye!